Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and my name is Gurjot. I hope you are doing well. If you are planning to become an early childhood educator here in British Columbia, Canada, this video is for you. I did share a video on ECE licensing in British Columbia a couple of years ago that has helped a lot of people. But since I'm receiving a lot of new questions and the process has also changed slightly with time, today we are going to look into the updated process. In today's video, I'm going to share updated step-by-step process for licensing for early childhood educator in British Columbia in 2025. In this video, I'm going to share about eligibility, required documents, and timeline so you don't feel confused or get stuck during your application. So without any further delay, let's get started. Step number one is to understand the different type of license in British Columbia. Before you apply for your license, it is really important for you to understand what kind of a license you actually need, since many people apply for the wrong one. In British Columbia, there are four kinds of licenses. First is ECEA, which is Early Childhood Educator Assistant. If you have ECEA license, you are eligible to work in a daycare setting, but under supervision. This license is mainly for people who are new to childcare field, who are new to Canada, or maybe just studying. Second is ECE, which is Early Childhood Educator. Early Childhood Educator is a full ECE license. It allows you to work as a qualified educator and take up more responsibilities in a daycare setting. Number three is Infant Toddler License. Infant Toddler Educator specifically works with children who are under 3 years of age, basically infants and toddlers. This kind of an educator needs extra coursework. Number four is Special Need Educator. Special Need Educator is specifically for children who have special needs. Even an educator with special needs license needs to do some additional coursework to acquire this license. If you are not sure what kind of a license applies to you, newcomers and international students usually start with ECEA, which is Early Childhood Educator Assistant, and later on they can upgrade their license. Step number two is to check your educational eligibility. Now, education plays an important role in your ECE licensing process. Your education can either be from inside Canada or outside Canada. If your education is from inside Canada, it has to be from a recognized institution and cover all ECE courses. If your education is from outside Canada, your application will still be assessed. However, you might be asked for additional documents or pursue additional courses to meet BC requirements. Don't feel discouraged, that is pretty normal. The ECE registry assesses your number of ECE related courses you have done, the content of those courses, and also whether it meets the BC requirements or not. Even if you have years of experience, educational requirements still matter. So make sure your academic background matches the type of license you are applying for. Step three is documents for your ECE licensing. Now, this is the step where most applications get delayed, so pay close attention. First document is your government issued photo ID. Now, your ID should have your photo just like your BC ID, your driving license, even your passport, but you cannot use a non-photo ID like your medical card. Number two is your name change document. So if you had a different name or you have a different name on your transcripts, make sure you provide a name change document like your marriage certificate, like your birth certificate, or even your previous passport. Number three is transcripts. So you need to provide your transcripts irrespective of the fact you completed your education inside Canada or outside Canada. Number four is your course outline. This is really important for applicants who did their education from outside Canada. Applicants provide their transcript, but they miss out the course outlines, which delays their application. Course outline help the ECE registry to understand what you actually studied. So make sure you provide the course outlines. Also make sure that all the documents are clear, readable, and properly labeled. Step 4 is to apply through the ECE registry. Now, once you have all the documents ready, you can submit an application online. To submit an online application, first you need to create an online account. It can either be through your BC service card or a basic PCE ID. Second step is to decide what kind of a license you want to apply for. Third step is to upload your documents, and finally you pay the application fee. Once everything is done, you will receive a confirmation email. Make sure to keep checking your emails regularly for additional requests and updates. Step number 5 is conditional or ECE assistant license. Now, many people do end up getting ECEA license in the beginning. This conditional license does allow you to work, but also needs you to complete certain courses within a specific time frame. It is not a rejection, it's just part of a process, especially newcomers. An ECEA license does allow you to work, gain experience while doing your additional courses. Step number 6 is after you receive your license. So what should you do after you receive your license? Once you have your license, you can start applying for jobs in licensed daycares. There's a huge demand of early childhood educators in British Columbia, especially in urban and growing communities. Entry-level wages may differ depending on the location. However, gaining more experience and more education will definitely grow your opportunities and income. In order to maintain your license, you need to complete professional development hours, so staying updated is important. I hope this video helped you understand the ECE licensing process in British Columbia in 2025 more clearly. If you still have more questions specific to your situation, I do offer one-to-one guidance calls. The details are in the description below. I'm also attaching the older ECE video link so you can compare what has changed over time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Till then, bye-bye.